10 things you didn't know about LeBron. The four-time NBA MVP LeBron James is the most controversial, well-liked, and much-discussed athlete on the planet. But that doesn't mean we know everything about him. I was lucky enough to be able to follow LeBron's career from the time he was born and took on the NBA to blast it all. Even though it seems like we get a LeBron overload all the time, I thought I'd share with you a few things you may not know about him as he stands to win another championship in the next week or two. So, let's look at 10 things about LeBron James that you probably didn't know. Number 1. LeBron James is ambidextrous. James uses his right hand to shoot most of the time, although he's ambidextrous and can also use his left hand. James, however, only uses his left hand when absolutely necessary. Otherwise, he shoots right-handed. The four-time NBA MVP LeBron James may have been the first athlete to enjoy such a long career in the spotlight. James, an Akron native, excelled in many sports as a youngster. He eventually became just the second of 3 NBA players to be selected first overall right out of high school, according to the NBA, and only one to go on to win Rookie of the Year. However, even if you followed King James' career from Cleveland to Miami and back again to Los Angeles, you might not be familiar with these details. One of the best abilities for an NBA player to have is ambidexterity, or the capacity to use both hands with nearly equal dexterity. Legends on court that are ambidextrous include Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Larry Bird, among others. Number 2. LeBron James was a gifted football player. James excelled in football in high school. Even though he only played at St. Vincent to St. Mary High School for 2 seasons, during those 2 years he was twice selected an All-Ohio wide receiver. LeBron's mother, Gloria James, gave birth to her only child at the age of 16. A few years later, Gloria's mother passed away, leaving her and LeBron without any kind of assistance. They lived in Akron's projects for around 6 years, switching between sofas and apartments. He then met Bruce Kelker, who was assembling a youth football squad when he was 9 years old. LeBron was taken under Kelker's wing, and the James family moved in with him so that the young LeBron could start to feel more secure. By the conclusion of that year, LeBron received an invitation to move in with his family from another youth football coach, Frank Walker. LeBron missed 80 or so days of 4th grade due to their unorganized housing situation, but he missed none of 5th grade. LeBron James excelled in both football and basketball while still in high school. He was a high school all-state receiver, but during a football game, he once fractured his finger. In order to save his basketball career, he therefore made the decision to stay away from football. Number 3. The LeBron and the Hummer debate. On the occasion of LeBron's 18th birthday, his mother gave him a Hummer H2. The Hummer has several incredible features, including 3 televisions and a gaming console. Given that they weren't particularly wealthy at the time, this gift seemed odd. As a result, there was a debate regarding whether NBA agents gave LeBron's mother the Hummer in exchange for his signing. However, because he was not enrolled in college, it was not against the law. It was against the law and would have gotten him into trouble if he had been in college. Number 4. LeBron James became the first black man to appear on the cover of Vogue. Before LeBron did it in April 2008, only Richard Gere and George Clooney had ever graced a Vogue cover. LeBron is holding a basketball while doing this dance. With his biceps bulging, tattoos on display, and teeth baring, LeBron is sporting basketball gear. However, the picture has sparked debate, with some observers accusing it of supporting racial stereotypes. Perhaps the intention was to highlight the difference between strength and elegance, macho and femininity, and brawn and beauty. However, Vogue's attempt to draw attention to the distinctions between supermodels and sports simply serves to further the animalistic stereotypes that are usually attached to black athletes. Number 5. LeBron James got engaged to his high school friend. LeBron has 3 children, and is a wonderful father to them. He is a fantastic human being and an excellent role model because to these attributes. Savannah Brinson might have gone to LeBron's rival high school, but the senior athlete approached the young cheerleader when he saw her. Since then, even as LeBron's notoriety skyrocketed, the two have been friends. They were wed in 2013 and have 3 kids together. I just thought he would be a hometown hero for his era, and it would be over, Savannah said. LeBron, for his part, appreciates their shared history. Savannah was down when I was at my high school, no cameras, no lights, and she was there with me. He told The Hollywood Reporter in 2018. You wouldn't be talking to me right now if it weren't for her. There have never been any rumors about his relationships with other women or female celebrities. He has remained devoted to his first love. Number 6. LeBron did not become the highest paid player until he turned 31. James played a dozen years of professional basketball before even becoming the highest paid player on his own roster. Despite this, James was the NBA's highest paid player overall in the 2016-17 season. During his first season with the Cleveland Cavaliers, he was surrounded by a lot of seasoned players from the league, including an injured and aging Shaquille O'Neal. In 2010, James notoriously agreed to accept less money than his full market value in order to join the Miami Heat in a super team. During his second stint with the Cavaliers, he reached the top of the salary scale, and his current 4-year contract with the Lakers put him on course to become the highest paid player in league history. Number 7. LeBron never got to meet his father. When LeBron James was born, his mother was 16 years old, but he never got to meet his biological father. Only his mother cared for LeBron because his biological father did not want to raise him. On the other side, his stepfather served 3 years in prison for selling cocaine and other offenses. Therefore, it is reasonable to assume that LeBron grew up without a father and is aware of the significance of a father in a child's life. He's an excellent father who never exposes his children to the same situations. Number 8. LeBron James owns a portion in Liverpool FC. A well-known team in the English Premier League is Liverpool FC. Few people are aware that LeBron James has stock in this English soccer team. LeBron James, who was then a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers, paid about $6.5 million for a 2% share in Liverpool FC in 2011. By 2018, Liverpool might be sold for $1.6 billion, according to sports investment bankers, and that was a conservative estimate. According to that calculation, 7 years after the transaction, James' profit was worth $32 million. Forbes estimates that Liverpool will be worth $4.1 billion and bring in about $619 million annually in 2020, based on data for the 2019-20 season. Thus, James' ownership profit in the team is now worth roughly $44 million. Number 9. LeBron spent money on the Obama presidential campaign kitty. Politics do enter athletes' minds when they appear in advertisements or talk in public, as evidenced by Michael Jordan's well-known remark that Republicans buy sneakers too. LeBron James has made an effort to avoid the political spotlight for a considerable amount of time. James has been a media darling ever since he joined the league, but when it comes to his ties to political parties and other advocacy groups, he has been a bit of a bore. According to the Federal Election Commission's data on Democratic presidential frontrunner Barack Obama, the Cavaliers player gave $20,000 to the Democratic White House Victory Fund in June 2008. This fund was established by Obama and the Democratic Party as a joint committee for the presidential election. He has been a vocal Democrat and has maintained his political convictions in the open. Number 10. Requested that the NBA permit him to participate in the drought. LeBron James was prepared for the NBA drought even though he was still in high school and had not yet graduated. He was superior to many athletes twice his age when he was just 16 years old. He petitioned the NBA to let him participate in the drought after finishing his third year of high school. He had to finish his senior year of high school and graduate in order to enter the drought, though as the NBA forbade it from happening. LeBron James Sr. once acknowledged that naming his firstborn son after himself might have been a mistake. Being LeBron James Jr. comes with a lot of pressure, but Bronny has thrived under the spotlight and is quickly becoming the next big thing. However, his watchful father is undoubtedly keeping a close eye on his son, and undoubtedly recalls what it was like to be constantly hyped as a teenager. Basketball player Bronny represents the United States and studies at Sierra Canyon School in Los Angeles. He is LeBron James' oldest child and a professional basketball player. It appears that LeBron James has it all. He is playing team basketball, is at a turning point in his career, and has the numbers. What more could you possibly ask of a player? As LeBron tries to establish his name in NBA glory, the arguments and comparisons go on. While he's of the opinions that rings do not necessarily define a player, he's also aware that it will take more than one occupied finger to silence the naysayers and add his name to the list of the elite. But for now, he's the best. In 10 years, it might be a different person. So, the appeal of the game lies in this. You never predict what you will get. So, this is all for today. Tell us, what do you think about these unknown parts of LeBron's life?